I lived in a third world country this last year. It was so dangerous. It was so scary. Oh my God, I woke up every single day being like, oh my God. Bucket showers, living off the land, understanding where my food's coming from, understanding the way of life. No, babes. America is a third world country. America is a third world country. I've been back for 3 months. And my body is so inflamed. Anytime I walk into a grocery store, I don't even know what to pick because I know it's all toxic. Any interaction I have, I'm like, oh my God, you just want something from me. The American men don't even get me started. The only thing that's beneficial about America is the opportunities here. You have more opportunities here, but you have to give your soul for those opportunities. You don't experience life or balance. No, you have to give your soul to even experience a taste of those opportunities. So if you are scared to travel the world and see other places, I promise you, you're going to be way safer somewhere else than in America. If you're an American, you're good. Your nervous system is prepped for other places in the
For anyone who doesn't live in America, I'm going to give you another example of how the healthcare system here is fucking stupid. So I got a bill today, right? And it's for $149. And I'm like, well, the only thing that I did in October was get a COVID test. And I'm like, I thought COVID tests were free if you had insurance. So I call, and the lady is like, well, the place you went probably took your insurance, but if they send your COVID test somewhere and that place that they sent it doesn't take your insurance, then you're going to get charged. How the fuck am I supposed to know if the lab that my test is sent to takes my insurance or not? Like, what bullshit is this? And on top of this, they sent me a fucking check for $100 because apparently they can't send this check to pay half of it. They paid $100 towards this COVID test, but I have to send the check to the place.
Learned that America is a third world country because of the rest of the world is so far in front of us in just about everything that I don't know where we have this false narrative that we're like the greatest country in the world, because we are definitely not, guys. Yeah, I'm sad to go back. There are so many countries out there that are just leaps and bounds in front of us in technology, society, everything. We should probably start spending a lot more money on building our country rather than trying to save everybody else, because we're not that great, guys. I can tell you firsthand, we are not doing great. But yeah, unfortunately, that's all I got to say about that topic for now. But yeah, I think anybody that's, flown to any other major city in the world can kind of speak to that as well.
For the longest time, the urge to go to America has been the highest aim of everyone. People feeling that America is a great country. This is where my fortune lies. This is where the fortune of everyone lies. And the life there is so smooth and sweet. But now I picked these videos giving the real picture of America. In fact, the viewers terming it, or the speakers terming it as a third world as compared to what people know in real life. Some say that it is a third world that is wearing a Gucci belt to portray it as a good country to live in. So I want us to watch the people commenting about this, and we will comment about it in the end. If you're watching us for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to this our channel. So let us watch and comment later.
So maybe it's just me, maybe y'all already knew, but did y'all know that America is considered a third world country now? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed. I'm like 180 hot because we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. We're supposed to be the leader, and we are a third world country. Why? Why are we considered a third world country? I don't know. Maybe because 70% of Americans have mental health issues, for starters. And on top of that, they can't get help for it. Why? Because they can't freaking afford it. Homelessness, crime rates, and substance abuse is at an all-time high. Other countries are basically telling their citizens, do not travel to America. And it's not even for their own citizens' safety. It's more so for ours. We can't even keep our damn self safe, bruh. It's getting real out here. And I'm pissed off because what the hell am I supposed to have pride in now? We are inches away from huts. All I'm saying is everybody wanted to vote on certain factors of the fact that Democrats promised y'all, oh, well, if you vote for us, you can kill as many babies and be as irresponsible as you want. And they got y'all with that. All I'm saying is the next time y'all decide to go vote, can y'all vote on something meaningful? How about vote on what you need instead of what you want? Okay? It's time to grow up. Like, for real. And I'm talking to my generation. It's time to grow up. Ain't nobody taking care of us no more. It's time for us to take care of ourselves and get ready to raise this next generation. Vote on what you need and not what you want. And maybe we wouldn't be struggling to pay gas and light bills right now. Okay? With that being said, I'm out.
I always find it ironic that in places called third world countries, the quality of life can be so much more vibrant, invigorating, filled with real relationships, laughter, joy that we don't get here in the US. For example, when I would go to Jamaica growing up, I always noticed that work wasn't as much of a priority. And then I realized that in the US, we live to work, and in other countries, they work to live. In the US, we value our luxuries. We love having things. We go to Amazon, we click, we buy. It's a ton of consumerism. It's a ton of prioritizing these material things, but we don't prioritize human connection the same way. Living in the West, it's a very I-focused society. So we are focused on ourselves, our gain, our lives, our world. And when you go to another country where it's more we-centric, it's less individualistic and more of a collective, there's just this level of laughter and joy and connection. In Jamaica, we party with each other. We party with our friends, our family. They may not have as much monetarily, but they have so much more joy. They're gonna play dominoes, they're gonna connect, they're gonna meet up, they're gonna talk. Those types of things don't happen in the US as much because we're all so busy doing business. We all got our own things going on. It's big as hell. You're all the way in this state, I'm all the way in that state. It's just not the same kind of environment that fosters those really deep connections. So whenever quality of life comes up and is in question, I always find it ironic because in my mind, there is way more than one definition of a good quality of life. And I guess it really depends on what variables you look at to decide what is quality.
Y'all, life is in shambles. America is in shambles right now because we got London bridges falling down, okay? And I don't mean to make it a joke because people have possibly died, injured, hurt. We don't know who was on there, but you know, bridges are falling down, okay? No one that was always scared of going over the Williamsburg Bridge. If you've been over the Williamsburg Bridge with the heavy ass train on it, you thinking like, yo, this bridge is definitely gonna fall one day. Anyway, right? Then I was out in New York City yesterday, strolling because I'm like, it's a beautiful day. Meanwhile, females is getting punched in the face left and right, and so I'm like, damn, I gotta start carrying something, okay? Because you ain't gonna punch me, no sir. You're not going to punch me. And then what's the other thing? Oh, Diddy's house getting raided. I think he's the fall guy. If you ask me, I think there's some big evidence in there with big top government officials, Wall Street dudes. Because you mean to tell me that it's only the music and acting industry that we stay in there doing dirty? I think it'd be government officials, Wall Street, big time top dudes. You cannot tell me like there's no big dogs on those lists and those tapes that they supposedly have. I think that they're going to make P. Diddy the fall guy. And it's sad because I'm not a P. Diddy fan. I'm not going to vouch for him in any way. But you mean to tell me that he's going to be the only guy who's going to go down for it? Come on. Let's be honest. And they rather blame it on him because his skin color. Oh, let's take him out. Let's make him the fall guy. Meanwhile, I bet you any money it's a bunch of race, big time, big guys. And they're not going down for it, but they're going to let him go down for it. Yeah. That's why he's so nervous. That's why he's so petrified. Not only what they got on him, but the fact of the matter is that honestly, his life might be at risk, just like Epstein's life was at risk because he knows too much. This Suge Knight just said it on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. He was like, they gonna make Diddy the fall guy. If you know Suge Knight know everything. America is in shambles. At this point, take me to America's turning to a third world country. Because at this point, take me to a real third world country. Because I think I would live a lot better. Groceries are a lot cheaper. Rent is a lot cheaper. Everything is a lot cheaper. I'm ready to move because America is burning down to the ground.
A war that I think none of us saw coming. I know I didn't. This Saturday, I was on my way to go catch a flight when I was told it was canceled because apparently America is bombing Iran. This country is a shit show. 1 minute our leaders are in these files that of course are trying to distract us from. Healthcare is wild. People went from paying $11 to paying $300. Let's not even talk about the uprise of racism. Anybody that fought for any level of freedom, going back to Harriet Tubman, it's like all that work has been crumbled, crushed. Because it's like we're reverting back. It's not how I grew up. I grew up in a peaceful place. Even when we were in the war with Iraq, way back when I was growing up, it was still kind of calm. People are getting arrested when they're going grocery shopping. Let's say if you're with an immigrant family, when you invite them to places, they second guess if they want to come or not, based on the surroundings. I'm not usually a complainer. I'm usually like a strap myself and get through with it. But I'm like, goodness gracious, how much more can you kick people? How am I going to be over here making a makeup video when the world around me, as I see, is like crumbling? People around me are affected. Our leaders are leading children. That's not even a metaphor. That's literal. They're offing people. They're essaying people. What in the world?
I gotta get out this country. I gotta get out this country. I gotta get out this motherfucking country. Y'all, ain't shit even happen. But I want to move out of this country so motherfucking bad. I want to go to Thailand or goddamn Japan. Somewhere where the food quality is better. The cost of living is a fraction of what it is over here. Medical care is free. And like, it's just like everywhere else is so much better than the U.S. And I just don't understand why we are still convinced that we are the greatest country in the goddamn world. Because we're not. Hell, at this point, we should be categorized as a third world country because we don't give a fuck about each other. We all out here living paycheck to paycheck, struggling and shit. Got folks on the streets, homeless, but then you got billionaires blowing money out the ass talking about they bored of being rich. Well, bitch, give it to the homeless. Or shit, give it to me because the bitch is tired of surviving and not getting to live her motherfucking life. I hate this place. If anybody else wants to move or if anybody has any tips or tricks on how to get the fuck up out of here, drop them in the comments, shoot me a DM, whatever you gotta do. Let me know because I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. And if you want to come too, let me know.
And if you go to New York, which I think depicts this very well, you will see a lot of people wearing like Louis Vuitton, McLean, and all of those fancy stuff and still be taking a train. No car, no credit, no nothing. Just them and the Louis. Just them and the Louis.
Now, I picked a piece here that tried to give a deeper explanation on how or why they support the fact that America is currently facing the challenges that might dwindle its best picture that it has always portrayed to the world. And one of them is infrastructure. Although America has advanced its infrastructure for a long time, it's one of the countries that has put more efforts in advancing its infrastructure. But issues like crumbling roads and outdated public transport exist, particularly in the rural areas. There are a lot of crumbling roads and there's no order in terms of public transport. Again, healthcare comes in whereby they say that the US has a mixed system with high costs and unequal access. And this also brings the issue of racism. This is a factor that contributes largely when we say that a country is advanced out of its progress, contrasting with the universal healthcare that some other countries have implemented. Economic inequality is also another factor. US has significant wealth disparities, with poverty affecting access to education, healthcare, and even great opportunities in the country. Let me explain this. America still has high levels of poverty, and this one is causing a disparities in terms of access to better healthcare. If you're poor, you can never get a good healthcare coverage or healthcare attention. If you're poor, you cannot go to good schools. So this is a disparity that is also available in third world country. So a country to claim or a nation to claim that they're first world, this is uh, some point that should never exist in that country. Social issues, sorry, social issues, gun violence, racial tensions, and political polarizations are major concerns impacting public safety and social cohesion. Look at that. You find some gangs going to school and opening firearms on innocent children without even uh, the 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 knowledge of the intelligence system of the country. This shows you that America has not invested in the protection of its citizens. That defines a third world country. Racial discrimination is and disparity is a definition of a country that has not advanced its systems to accommodate everyone, regardless of color uh, and social status. So, with all these issues, if you compare uh, to a third world country that face extreme poverty, lack of infrastructure, political instability, and other underlying factors that can affect the livelihoods of the people, then America is also encompassed with all this. So the points I can make is that US, although it's a global leader in innovation, it still has a lot to do, and that is why some people face hardship in the country. Some even opt to leave the United States. High living standard is a factor that they are still working on, and they've not really advanced on it. So that is all I have to say. If you're watching us, kindly share your comments, your thoughts. What do you think about this issue? Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, because this is where we interact largely and build a society that understands its operation. Thank you, and may God bless.